What is up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. I'm Chris Brock, the co-leader, and this week is the Horror Battle Week. And if this week is the Horror Battle Week, then last week we did a theme week, or was a theme week. We had a theme, and the theme was Killer Machine theme, which was created by Little Rocker Cutie 2005, or Andre, and thought that was a really cool theme idea, and it really gave me a good opportunity to review a film that I've really been wanting to check out for a while. But yeah, without further ado, the two films that I selected for my horror battle are two cheesy films from the 80s. They have something in common. They both have Tom Atkins in it, and I really like him as an actor, so when he's in a film, it really makes it better for me. But yeah, without further ado, the two films I'm going to be battling are Maniac Cop from the year 1988 and Night of the Creeps from the year 1986. Maniac Cop. Pretty much a plot of Maniac Cop. It opens up with this New York waitress who is making her way from work to home. Pretty much, yeah, she gets mugged. It is kind of cliche, late 80s New York. I love the way New York looks, but yeah, they're trying to pretty much take all of her personal belongings, her money, her credit card, her purse, anything they can get. And she sees a cop in the distance. And as any citizen would do, they would run to the cop for help. And yeah, pretty much she's like, help me, you know, there's these people chasing me. They're trying to mug me. And he just takes her neck and just snaps it. And yeah, pretty much Lieutenant McCrae, who's played by Tom Atkins, learns that from eyewitness reports that the killer was wearing a cop outfit. Which we already knew, but he's learning this for the first time. And pretty much there's speculation within the force, and he thinks it's Jack, you know, Bruce Campbell's character, because Bruce Campbell and his wife are having pretty much trouble in their marriage. And don't want to spoil that too much, but yeah, that's pretty much the basic plot to Maniac Cop. It's just a maniac cop running around killing people. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let you guys find out for yourself. But yeah, Maniac Cop. Okay, so now moving on to Night of the Creeps in the year 1986. Pretty much the film opens up in 1959. Pretty much aboard a spacecraft are these three aliens. The third alien seems to be possessed, and the other two are trying to stop him. They're chasing after him because he has this experiment, this green tube, test tube, and they don't want the experiment to get off the ship. You know, we really don't know what it is. We can't even really, I don't think we can understand their language. It has subtitles at the bottom. No, I think they translate, I don't know, but still. Pretty much the third alien proceeds to take the canister, he puts it in this thing, and it just shoots it out into, you know, just shoots it out of the spaceship, and it pretty much orbits to Earth. And pretty much from there, this guy sees the tube fall, and he goes to check it out, and this slug just jumps into his mouth. And then we cut to 20 years later. We have Chris and JC, who are typical teenagers. They want to join a fraternity, and the fraternity leader challenges them to go and receive that dead body, to retrieve, that dead body that got the slug in it, because they have it there in this lab, and they do, and it turns out to be a horrible idea. So that's the basic plot of Night of the Creeps. Okay guys, so starting off this horror battle, round one is, which film do I think had the better kills in it? Is it Night of the Creeps, or is it Maniac Cop? Now, Maniac Cop is a slasher film. It is, you know, late 80s. I really did like some of the kills in this film. It's not over the top gory. It had some decent kills, but nothing spectacular. Nothing stood out to me. But none of them were really that bad. It just, I think at this time, the MPAA were really cutting films, because you know, Halloween 5, that one was really cut as well. You know, the later Friday the 13th films, like Friday the 13th, The New Blood, that was really cut. So, it ain't really Maniac Cop's fault that it's so tame. Night of the Creeps, however, I really enjoyed the kills in this film. Flamethrowers, shotguns, just very creative ways on killing these slugs and these kind of, they're not technically zombies, but they possess the body of people, of these people. And they kind of look like zombies, but they're not. But still, just how they shoot the heads and all these slugs come out. I definitely think round one goes to Night of the Creeps. Okay guys, so moving on to round two, and that is which film had the better story in my opinion? Was it Maniac Cop or was it Night of the Creeps? So this one, like I said, it's just a run-of-the-mill slasher film. It has a little, little bits and pieces in there that are kind of unique. I'm not trying to bash the film. I mean, it don't have that much of a complicated plot. I'm not asking for a complicated plot, but just something that kind of makes it distinct, makes it a little bit more different. This one, I like this one. I really like the plot. I like how this experiment, just orbits into Earth. I like that. I like how these slugs and just all this crazy stuff happens. It is kind of unique. I don't know if they had films like this. They had zombie films obviously, but this series is kind of different, and I really do like that. So honestly, if I had to choose out of both of these, I would probably pick Night of the Creeps. So Night of the Creeps wins round 2. Okay guys, moving on to round 3, and that is directing and acting, or acting and directing I should say. Which film do I think has the better acting and directing within it? Well, Tom Atkins is in both these films, but you have a pretty solid cast here. I don't know all their names, but this series is directed by Fred Dekker, so that's really awesome. I think he directed The Monster Squad and some other films. I actually really like The Monster Squad. I don't really know Jason Lively, Steve Marshall. There's a few people in here I don't know, but I thought they was really good actors. Maniac Cop, you have Tom Atkins and Bruce Campbell. So I love Bruce Campbell as Ash. The Evil Dead series was one of those series that I really got into when I was little. The first one I seen was Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. So I think acting in both films are pretty good, to be honest, for mid-80s and late 80s. I'm going to have to give this around a tie. So round 3 goes to Maniac Cop and Night of the Creeps. Okay, so moving on to round 4. So if you've been keeping score, Night of the Creeps has 3 points and Maniac Cop has 1. Round 4 is which film do I think had the better killer? Was it Maniac Cop from Maniac Cop, which I know his name but I don't want to spoil it, or was it the slugs, the creatures from Night of the Creeps? Okay, don't get me wrong, I really do like the slugs from Night of the Creeps, but okay, let's talk a little, let's talk horror franchises. Okay, I love zombie films, the Return of the Living Dead series, the Dead series, George A. Romero's, Dead series. The first 3 at least. Those are great franchises in my opinion. But are they, I just don't see how, multiple killers can be bigger and more successful than just one killer, single killers. Because you can talk all about zombie franchises, this and that, but the real major franchises, the major horror icons are just single figures like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, etc., etc. So I don't really think you could carry a franchise as long as, with Night of the Creeps, as long as you could with Maniac Cop. And I think Maniac Cop is a better killer. I like his tactics and stuff. So round 4 goes to Maniac Cop. Okay guys, so moving on to the final round, and before I get to that round, I'm going to do a score check. Maniac Cop has 2 and Night of the Creeps has 3. So round 5 is which film do I think is a better overall horror film? Is it Maniac Cop or Night of the Creeps? And honestly, I'd have to say I enjoyed Night of the Creeps more. I thought it was a more fun film. It was creative. I really liked the characters and the story. I thought Tom Atkins' character had a lot more to work with. He just looked like he had, a fun time doing this film, and I really liked it. I would definitely recommend it. It has this cheesiness to it, this mid-80s cheesiness to it. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's pretty good. In a way, I kind of would say it's underrated because I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but definitely check out Night of the Creeps. But not to discourage you from checking out Maniac Cop. I thought it was really good. Well, I can't say really good. I didn't really enjoy it, but I thought it was good. Good slasher film from the late 80s. I just thought it was a little tame compared to other 80s slashers. But definitely check it out. If you're a fan of Tom Atkins or Bruce Campbell, you'll definitely find something here. And I mean, it's not a bad film. I just enjoyed Night of the Creeps more. But yeah, guys, if you was to do a horror battle, which one would have won your horror battle? Night of the Creeps or Maniac Cop? Leave a comment down below, and I just want to say a big thank you to Little Rocker Cutie 2005 or Andre for filling in for me, or not really filling in, but switching days with me. That really helped me out a lot. I had to work a lot this week, and Wednesday was the only day I got off. But yeah, guys, stay tuned tomorrow for Jeremy Burchett's video, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I'll catch you next time, guys.